Hey there, YouTube. Dubs Rider here, and I am on my way to a Victory dealership. I really want to try out a Victory motorcycle. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I know they've got a couple models that are kind of right in this same realm, and you know, the V-twin with the 106, I think they call it Freedom motor. I really want to check it out. You know, I watch all these videos that say, you know, ride one and you'll own one. So I really want to see if I'll ride one and I'll own one. We'll see, right? I want to go test ride one and kind of put it up against my CTX 1300, kind of like I did the F6B. And the name of the bike is just, I had it, I've been doing research on it, and I want to say it was the Cross Country, and I want to say it was the Cross Country 8-ball, but I'm not positive on that. Don't quote me on that. But I want to kind of compare it to the CTX and see, you know, how different it is, how it feels, how it rides. And I'm hoping that the dealership's got one here that I can kind of test ride. Sometimes when you talk to them on the phone, they don't really believe that you're serious about wanting to test ride or own one. So, and I figure I'll put in the extra work. I'll ride up here. I'll see what they're talking about as far as price, and you know, we'll put it up against the CTX 1300 and see, you know, see what I think. And I'll give you my thoughts, hopefully live from a Victory cross country, and kind of do very similar to what I did with the F6B. So yeah, hopefully that's coming up here, and not too long here. I'm about, I think it's about a 55-60 mile drive up to the dealership here to kind of check it out and see what they've got. And yeah, hopefully when I pop back on this video, I'll be coming to you live from a Victory cross country, right? Yeah, we'll see. All right, talk to you guys later. All right, welcome back there, guys. And I'm coming to you from a Victory cross country, I believe, touring model. And I believe this is the touring model, the way they got it. It's got the big bag and back, and we'll stop and do kind of a walk around, but I kind of wanted to give you my initial thoughts. It definitely a little bit different riding position than I'm used to, with your feet way out there in front of you. A little bit different riding position. But I do have to say that it's not nearly as shaky as the Harley, especially even at lower speeds. It feels like it's really well balanced, not shaky in the least. It's got the heel toe shifter, and that would take some getting used to. Yeah, I have to say it's pretty nimble. You know, if I'm comparing it, it's got the Freedom, I believe, 106 engine, and this is their demo model, so it's got about 1,000 miles on it already. It definitely has that rumble, though. Got that nice rumble. And I do have to say, with these front things, or the front storage compartments, there's little or no wind at all. Got little or no wind. Still feels very nimble, well balanced. I got my visor kind of open here a little bit so that you can kind of hear the rumble. But yeah, it's got a really well balanced. You feel like you sit into the bike a little bit more, like I'm used to with my CTX. My legs are kind of sitting underneath this front end side of the tank here. The only difference is my legs go straight down on my CTX towards the ground, and they go out on this one. So it does take a little bit of getting used to. I would think that low speed maneuvering might be a little bit different. And more time on the bike might make a huge difference too, because you know, you just got to get used to where your feet go. And when you ride a new motorcycle, you know, you just get used to your old patterns, like where your feet go. And so you need to ride it to put, you know, to change those habits and just realize where your feet need to go and all that kind of stuff. The mirrors are good. I know I talk about this on all my test rides, but it seems like it doesn't matter what stinking bike I get on, the mirrors are way better than I got on my CTX 1300. So oh yeah, it's got that nice rumble, that very nice rumble. This is a really nice bike. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really nice bike. I really did like the F6B. That was a really nice bike too, and that one's a heck of a lot cheaper than this one. I think this one's coming in, he said, at $23,500, somewhere there for the cross country version. But I mean, cruise control, heated grips, heated seats. You know, you got your built-in stereo. You know, you got all your digital instrumentation. I mean, I don't really know that there's much you would have to add to this bike, and it is incredibly quiet. And I think I might still like a little bit wider rear tire. I think I'm used to that rear tire being a little bit wider on my CTX, so it feels like it, especially in these roads where they're a little uneven, it sits down and stays in the road a little bit better than it does on this one. So if I'm riding down the center here, these little grooves I can feel a little bit more on this one than I can on my bike. I think they said they had the stage 1 exhaust on this one, so it's a little bit louder than stock. But yeah, really nice sound, really nice rumble. My feet out in this straight position, extremely comfortable. I think this is really the first bike that I've really test ridden, aside from the Yamaha Bolt, that had a forward foot position for the peg. And I was still really new to riding when I test rode that Bolt, and so I didn't really feel as comfortable with it. But the more I ride, and now with this one, testing this one out, it feels really comfortable. And it's surprising the wind protection that you get on this bike. I mean, heck, I'd have to probably open this up to feel like I'm getting a little bit of wind out of the bike. I feel a little bit on my knee right here, a little bit on the top of my knees, a little bit on the bottom of my elbows, and yeah, that's it. That's the extent of the wind that you're getting. So now it's got vents down there that you can adjust, and it's got vents underneath here that you can adjust. Oh yeah, that nice little rumble you like to hear there. Like it gets incredibly loud at right around 3 RPMs. It's got no problems getting up to speed. The clutch feels incredibly solid. You know, you get a nice solid clunk out of there with just a little flick of my foot. Very nice solid clutch on here. kind of do a walk around and review too of it. Some of this I'm just going to kind of be going along. I'm going to turn the radio on. That's at about halfway volume right there at 55 miles an hour. Absolutely no issues at all here in the volume. I like having the controls right here for my thumbs. It makes it super simple to just adjust stuff. I'm not looking down here. I'm looking, you know, I would assume after I ride the bike a little bit more, I would know which ones these buttons are, and it'd be second nature. This one does have the cruise control as well, so I want to test that out and see how that goes as well. So we'll be getting on the highway a little bit. The brakes feel a little bit more spongy than what I'm used to. I'm used to a little bit more solid braking. This feels a lot more spongy than I'm used to. Really is nice having some good mirrors though. So it does have this highway speed, this highway 6th gear, which it is kind of luggy in that gear. I can already feel that when you turn the throttle, but that's meant kind of for highway riding and brings the revolutions on the motor down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is kind of test out this cruise here, kind of see how that is. The first time I've been able to take my right hand off of the handlebar here and rest that a little bit. I don't really want to be speeding around on somebody else's motorcycle too. She ain't mine yet, so I'm really keen on the whole speeding thing right now. But on the highway, incredibly comfortable and quiet. I mean, wow, this bike is truly amazing. It's nice balanced, or very nicely balanced. I feel like I could almost ride with no hands on the bars. It's incredible. Kind of feel the throttle going back and forth, but I wanted to kind of see what you get for heat with all of these vents and stuff on there. I can feel a little bit of heat on the back of my calf, but you know, really it's not too bad as far as temperature goes. Feels pretty good, and I could even open up those vents and get some more air in there if need be too, so I don't really think that would be an issue. Apparently I'm a slowpoke on this road. I mean, I'm going like 4 or 5 over the speed limit, not too bad, but these cars are really trying to pass me here. So I'm taking the test ride that the Victory dealer kind of recommended to me. Just kind of come straight down that road, get on the highway, get some highway riding. I think there's a truck stop or something up here that he recommended that I turn around at. And you know, just kind of take that loop and get a good feel for the bike. He said that, you know, because it's going to feel incredibly different than my bike, and I really don't feel that that the F6B rode that much different than my bike. You know, I got on that one and it kind of felt like just a bigger version of my bike, and I was very comfortable and at home. On this one, you know, initially when I'm trying to back it up and stuff, it's got a very different layout and feel than what I'm used to, and so I definitely agree with him that you got to give this bike a little bit longer test ride so that you get used to the way that it handles. So yeah, if you're in the market to test drive one of these, make sure you give it a little bit longer test ride and test it out. Turn on my turn signal way early there. There's about 10 cars piling up behind me here. I like that it has the gear indicator to tell you what gear you're in. You know, it's the little simple things that make an incredible difference. And that clutch really clunks. Like I mean, that's a solid shift there. You know it's in gear. That's for sure. There ain't no question on whether or not this bike's in gear. So yeah, what we're gonna do is kind of a pull over here and a walk around, kind of take a look at the bike, so you guys can look at it. Took that little bit of feedback from one of my viewers that they want to see the bike on the test ride, which, you know, makes sense. Get it neutral here. So yeah, we'll give you a kind of a walk around. Here's the side view of the motorcycle. Like I said, the cross-country touring has the bag and or the top bag and stuff back here, and you know, throw my wallet in there. I don't know that I'd really need this big of a trunk, but I mean, wow, there's a ton of room in there. It's got these little lockers. Very nice there. I think you gotta have the key probably to unlock these side trunks and stuff. Let's take a quick peek here. Yeah. So side there, look, got two half helmets and looks like a jacket or something in there. Very nice. I like the fact that you can have the bags open while the bike is riding. Same thing on this side, nice deep. It's got a battery tender in there, tire pressure. But yeah, nice deep pockets here. You even have pockets right here. I think I'm kind of making the truck drivers upset here or something. I'm not quite sure how these open. All right, so welcome back here, guys. Back on the CTX 1300. Looks like the numbers are going to be pretty close to what I was looking at for that Victory Cross Country. So now I just got to make a decision as to, you know, whether or not I want to switch bikes, and if it's worth it to me to switch bikes. I do really like it. So, Bill's Service Center there, good guys. Let me test ride it, take it out for 20-something miles or so at least, and get a good feel for it. And yeah, I can't really say enough good things about it. It's a really nice bike, and I don't think anybody could go wrong picking up a Victory cross country. And like I said, that's the tour model. It actually come back a little bit cheaper than what I pay for this per month, with a little bit of money down. So yeah, I got some decisions to make, and we'll see where we go from here. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. I know I said this kind of towards the end, but I might cut that out. And social media links are below. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later.